Hey everyone, I hope you're having a nice day, a lovely weekend, a lovely November. I recently made a post on Reddit showing off my Amiibo coins that I made. They're these cute little coins that have Amiibo stickers in them. They work just like regular Amiibos. They're really cute and customizable, they're small, and they're just really adorable. And quite a few people asked me how I made them, how I cropped the images, how I just the entire process. And I decided to just make a tutorial because it's way easier than explaining it over text, and it can be a little bit complicated if you've never done this before, but it's nothing too hard, and as long as you follow these steps, you should have some really cute coins, and they're really cheap. They're, way cheaper than just going out and buying all these packs, and you're guaranteed to get whatever villagers you want because you pick them. Right. So first things first, you're gonna want some photo editing software. You can use Adobe, Photoshop, Krita, whatever you want. I used GIMP, and this is the one that I recommend. It's free, it's open source, it's a really nice program, really easy to use. So just go to their website and download it, right? And then you're also going to want this template, and I'll leave links to everything I used in the description. But you're gonna want this template. Just download it, and then you're gonna want to open GIMP. And there it is. You're just gonna drag the template and just load it in. These make 25mm coins, so like around an inch each, and it makes 24 coins. So you can make 24 villagers, and you can do this as many times as you want. You can get however many villagers you want. Just repeat the entire process for each new page. So zoom in, and the first thing we're gonna want to do is get rid of the white inside these circles, right? It's gonna make our life way easier when we start adding in the artwork, right? So you're gonna right click on the layer, and you're gonna click add alpha channel, right? Then click on the fuzzy tool or the magic wand, and make sure that you have anti-aliasing, feather edges, and diagonal neighbors enabled, right? So just they have little X's. And you're gonna click on the circle, and it's selected now. You're gonna right click it, go to edit, and then the shortcut on Windows is Control X. If I'm being honest, I don't know what it is on Apple, but it'll tell you. Right, so you're gonna want to do that for every circle. Right, I'll just do a couple. Right, and then do that for all these circles, and then I'll leave this one blank for an example for later. But now they're all blank, they're transparent, and we're gonna move on to the next step, which is just getting the artwork. So there is this guy on Tumblr. His name is Purple Pixel. Right, I'll link him in the description. And he makes a lot of artwork for villagers for Animal Crossing, and it's really pretty. So like you have Antonio, Brewster, who else is there? There's Diva, Marshall, Isabel, Digby, Mitzi, Blathers, right? All these villagers, and it's really nice and pretty. So I'll just use Clay for this example because he's one of my favorites, right? You're just gonna save the artwork, right? So here's what you want to do. You're just gonna get the artwork, and you're just gonna drag it in, right? He's right here. It's really big. So to scale images in GIMP, it's a little weird. Make sure you have the correct layer selected, and make sure that you keep your layers organized. So just like name them. So this one's clay, for example. You're gonna have his layer selected. Go to layers, scale layer, and then you're gonna get this pop up, right? I've found that the usual size for this template is around 270, 280, 250. So I'll do 280 for this one, right? I'm gonna zoom in, scroll up, right? You're just gonna grab his artwork and drag it over the circle, right? And then you're going to want to grab this layer and drag it below the template. And do you see how it's nice and perfectly cropped? And it's really easy because we made it transparent, right? Because the template itself is, kind of cropping the image for you. Really simple, perfect circles every time, because if the other alternative is to like actually crop it as a circle, which is way, 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 way harder, it takes a lot more time. So this is the easiest way to do it. This is what I recommend doing. Here's another example. Let's say I want to do, let's see, I'll do apple, right? Save apple, open GIMP, drag her in, move her above so you can see her, and then we're going to scale her, go to layers, scale layer, let's do 280 again, drag her over the circle, center it, and then drag her below the template, right? And then I'll just name her so it's organized, apple. And yeah, that's it. It's really easy. It's really simple. This for these images, right? Feel free to do this for your villagers. He doesn't have artwork for every single villager. There are quite a few that are missing. So if you can find your villagers on here, that's great. It'll be really easy. But if you can't, you're gonna have to use the other two methods, which I'll show you now. The next one is using the Wikipedia. So just look up, Marshall Wikipedia, Genji Wikipedia, Diva Wikipedia, whatever you want. I'll use stitches for this example. You're just going to go to the Wikipedia and then scroll down all the way to the New Horizons section. And this is the official icon that's used in-game. I'm just going to drag that and save it right there. I'm just going to drag him in. And we're going to scale him because he's a little small. So let's do 270. That's a little too big, I think. Let's do like 250. Yeah, there we go. So the background is transparent because he's a PNG, and if you would just leave it as is, when you print it, anything that's transparent will just look white. So if I printed it as is, it would just look like this, right? It would just be like a white circle. Feel free to do that if you want. You don't have to add any background. You can keep it white. Personally, I like to add backgrounds. It makes it look a little nicer, in my opinion. So here's what you're going to want to do then. Just find a background, a wallpaper, whatever you want, and just drag it in. And we're going to scale it. Let's do 300, right? And then just put it over the circle. And you're going to drag stitches below the template, and then the wallpaper below stitches. Oh, oops. Yeah, like that. So this is stitches, and then this is just wallpaper. And yeah, nice and pretty. If you notice, clay and apple have little black borders around them. The Wikipedia icons don't have that black border. You can skip this step if you don't mind not having a black border, but if you want to include a black border, here's what you have to do, okay? Alright, you're going to want to click on Stitches Layer, and then click on Alpha to Selection. And if you notice, he's highlighted now. It's highlighted the entire image around him, right? You're going to right click on him, go to Select, Grow, and then grow it by however many pixels you want. I think a good size is 5 pixels, right? So then just click OK. And you see how the border expanded, right? You're going to right click down here and click on New Layer. You're going to fill with transparency and then click OK. Drag that layer below stitches and then grab your paint bucket and then pick whatever color you like and just click on it. And he has a black border now, right? Really nice and pretty, really easy. I'll show you another example, right? Let's say I want to do Kabuki. I'll do Kabuki Wikipedia, right? Scroll all the way down, New Horizons, drag them down, and then I'll look up for a Kabuki wallpaper. Go to images. This is the one that I use. Just drag it in. right? And then bring in Kabuki. Let's scale him up to size. Scale layer. Let's do 250. There we go. Name him so you're organized. I'll just name him Kabuki. And then I'll drag in the wallpaper. I'll name it Kabuki wallpaper. Enter. And then let's just scale it. So let's do 350. There we go. So then you're going to drag Kabuki down below the template, and you're going to drag the wallpaper below Kabuki. And then to add the black border, you're just going to right click, new layer, transparency, drag that below Kabuki, and then you're going to want to click on Kabuki, alpha to selection, right click him, select, grow, let's do 5 pixels, and then go back to the other transparent layer you just made, the bucket, and just fill it in. And there you go. It has a nice little black border, really simple. You should get the hang of it after the first couple villagers. It's really easy. It might look kind of complicated, but trust me, it's not. Just follow those steps. And then the final option is just finding random artwork online, right? So I just looked up a Judy cry cut. This is the one that I used, right? You're just gonna save that, and you're gonna drag her in. So if you notice, this isn't a PNG like Stitches, right? It's not transparent. She has a background attached to her. So to get rid of that, you're just going to repeat the step that we did to get rid of the circles, right? You're going to right click. You're going to click on Add Alpha Channel. You're going to go back to your fuzzy wand. Click. And then do Control X. And there you go. Oh, oops. She's nice and transparent. Alright. And just scale her, right? So let's do layer. Oops. Scale layer. Right, let's do like 250. Perfect. Right. Bring her in. And then, just find another wallpaper. This is the one that I used. I used the Unicorn Marble Galaxy print. Save it. Drag it in. Let's scale it a little bit. Let's do 370. There we go. Center it, and then drag Judy down. Just name her so we don't get confused. Judy. And then Judy wallpaper. I'm going to drag that below Judy. And there you go. Really simple. Really easy. And then just repeat that for any other villager you want. I'll do another example. Let's just find Raymond Animal Crossing icon, right? Let's see what we can find, right? Yeah, this one, right? Actually, no. Raymond Animal Crossing Krika. Let's see if there's a bigger one. Yeah, let's just use this one, right, as an example. You're gonna drag him. You're gonna bring him in. You're gonna right-click his layer. Add alpha channel. It should already be added. Right, just right-click with the magic wand. Control X. And he's transparent now. So you just want to center him. Let's scale him. Go to layers. Scale layer. Let's do 250 because his ears are pretty long. There we go. And then let's look for a wallpaper. Office supply wallpaper. This is the one that I used. I think it's somewhere here. I believe I used this one. No, I used this one. There we go. Let's use this one. Let's drag it. Bring it in. Layer. Scale layer. Let's do like 300. Drag it. And then name it so you don't get confused. Raymond. And Raymond wallpaper. Right. Drag Raymond below the template. And then drag Raymond wallpaper below Raymond. And there you go. Also, if you're curious to how to get rid of like this after image it's left behind, right? Just press Control Shift A, I don't know what the command is on Windows. I mean on Apple, sorry. But just press Control Shift A, and it'll unselect it so it disappears, right? So let me zoom out. So yeah, you can. That's the three ways you can do it. You can just find the artwork on Purple Pixel's Tumblr, just insert it. You can use the Wikipedia images, and you can also add a black background if you want to, a little border, or just find whatever artwork you'd like, crop it to make it a PNG, like transparent, and then just repeat the steps that we did with these, and you'll have a nice little amiibo coin. And then when you do all your villagers, right, there's 24, you should end up with something that looks like this, right? You should have all your little villagers, right? I have Clay, Diane, Antonio, right, Punchy, all these villagers, right? You're just gonna want to go to File, right, and then click Export As, right? Name it whatever you want. I'll just name it Amiibo Coin Template, and you're gonna select file type. I would say to use a PNG, right? Click export, and then it'll start exporting it, and then just click export. And there you go. It's up here now. So see how it's blank in these, right? These are white. Yeah, and then you should just have this, and then feel free to print it and cut out the circles, cut out everything. Unfortunately, I don't have like a camera, right? I won't be able to like record the actual steps, so I'll just link a video that another person made. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but she made an actual tutorial for how to make the amiibos himself. Um, I'll link her in the description, so then after you do all this stuff, feel free to go to her video and then just follow her steps to make the actual amiibo coins themselves. And you should have some really cute coins. They should look nice, they should be pretty. You can get all the villagers you want. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you need some help, I'll be here. But yeah, that's how you make these little amiibo coin templates. Right? Really easy. Should be pretty simple. All in all, it took me like an hour maybe to do all of them. But that's mostly because I had to find like good artwork for some of these villagers. Like I didn't find Wardell, so I had to use an actual manatee. But yeah, should be pretty easy. Should be pretty simple. Nice and quick, fun project. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day, a nice weekend, and an even nicer month.